Hey YouTube, I'm doing a brake controller in my Nissan Xterra. This will apply to pretty much any truck you want to throw a brake booster in for the most part. There's going to be a couple little things that are different from mine. But yeah, this is going to be essentially what you need to know. There's my brake booster. It's a the Prodigy 3, I believe, is the unit. It's one of the higher end models. It will do 4 axles, although I'm never going to tow anything near that. But I just wanted the nice digital screen with the selectable display. If I want to tow my boat or an empty larger trailer, I can do so. Mine, I'm actually going to fit it where the old cigarette ashtray was, because I don't smoke. So that will make it very easy for installing this to make it look nice. It's already mounted on this bracket here. I do have another video on that I'll post, but I did have to modify the bracket a little bit more. I put the screws in from underneath and I had to cut them so that this fit properly for me. It has to be level, square, all the good stuff. It can't be angled in any way. It will adjust as you move, but it needs to be set up as straight as you can, so I did check that out to see that it is going to fit well right there. On my vehicle, I removed the glove box to pass these wires through, so this is a 7-prong wiring system to get all of your all the connections back there that you need. So I'm going to go over a few of them right now that are on the front end of this. So you should pass through your firewall grommet if you can. Mine was incredibly inaccessible. I was gonna have to go in from, where is it? That grommet right there is crazy. I would have to disassemble my whole dash and I think my HVAC system to get access to that grommet. I took apart part of my HVAC and it was going to be a long process, probably like 12, 16 hours, something like that. So I decided to drill a new hole right next to my grommet there. Now I checked before I drilled this hole that there was nothing behind it that I was going to be hitting. And I used a stepper bit to drill this out with a right angle adapter that I have for my drill. And there are 4 wires passing through here. 2 of them are for the brake booster. The other 2 are for a power inverter that I have that's like an extra project, but I figured I'd pass them through at the same time, and I'm going to RTV that hole together. I recommend getting marine cable because it's got shielding on top of the shielding. There's a red and a black in there. And yeah, I got all that in there. And then we got a resetting fuse on the hotline. Mine's a 30 amp. The instructions say a 20 or 30 amp. They're not usually supplied. I got this one on Amazon. And it'll just automatically reset. You don't ever have to mess with it. And I shot it into the side of the framing here with some sheet metal screws. Short ones that obviously weren't gonna pass through here. This is like 3 inches or something. On the inside here, I did remove the glove box to gain access. On my Xterra, I was able to reach my hand up in here. If it was laying flat, I could fit up inside of here, and I was able to pull those wires through and down, and I will route them around here and hide them better. The 2 lines are going to come in here for power for that unit, and then I also have to run a brake connection line from here to my brake pedal, and then I have to run a line from here for the brakes to the rear, and I'm going to do that over this way, and it's going to go underneath the carpet there, and there's a little grommet over there that I can pass through, and that's going to be how I get it over to the rear for that end. So I will come back to you guys when I'm working on something a little more relevant towards this. I'm just going to put my glove box back on and kind of try and hide my wires now and get connections all squared away. Alright YouTube, so this is going to be the back. This isn't where this is actually going to be, but until I get my tow bumper, this is where I'm going to mount it for now. For me, I didn't need to run anything crazy. This already is set up for 4-pin on this xterra. There's a connector up inside here that I'm just going to plug into right there with this end. If you don't have this, you can watch my other video. I did a Toyota Tacoma 5-pin wiring. So that'll go over everything you need to get to this point where you can plug in a connector like this, or it'll just look like your 4-pin flat. And it also goes over this purple line, which is the parking brake sensor. And that goes to one of the white lights here for the reverse lights. I'm sorry, not parking light sensor, it's reverse light sensor. It senses the white lights when you go into reverse, typically for boats. And then this blue line is going to connect up with this black line, which is the brake line that we ran from inside of the cab. So yeah, guys, that's going to be pretty much it for this. I'll come back when it's all wired up correctly, and I will I'll show the light again too when I do the purple line. Alright, so it took a while, but my bumper finally came. I did make a video about that and some of the struggles I had with that. But it's here and it's on. So we have our 7 4-pin here connected up. I found out the wiring on these is different actually in the time that I haven't been making videos, been waiting for this to come. So you do need to know if you're an SAE harness or not. I guess there's a standard one as well. But either way, I guess the plug still ends up being the same. It's just your colors might be different back here. I think like in particular this power line might be red, and you might have 2 yellows over here instead of a green and a yellow and a brown. But anyway, yeah, we had the light duty harness over there that connected up. Where were we? I guess we would have been on the brake. The blue line would be the brake line, the line that we ran from the brake controller up front. And then I soldered these connections. You can put those crimp connectors or whatever. I just don't like them. And then I put some electrical wet tape. It hardens up, and then I'm actually going to tape this as well. I just did this to prevent corrosion. And then the purple line here goes up to... Get out of here. Purple line goes up here. I know it's red now, but it was purple. I just had to add a little bit. And it goes into your reverse lights, the white ones. Whenever you go into reverse, the lights that light up so you can see where you're going in reverse, you're going to tag that into the power line there. This black and then the green with the red stripe. So I didn't cut it, I just soldered onto it. I removed the sheathing and soldered it up, and then same thing, I put the liquid electrical tape and then electrical tape after that dried up. So yeah, that will button that up. You can put your light back together. And I guess the last thing would be, really, I don't know if I went over it in the video, but you do need to tie this black line to auxiliary power somewhere, or red if you have the other connector. I know I have a 12-volt socket up inside of the back of the truck there. If I want to, I could tag to that, I think, but I think I'm just gonna run a new line back here for nice power in case I really want to power anything, RV or anything of that nature. So I'll run a fused line to the front, and then the white line is ground, and I believe this was ground in the 4-pin connector. I researched, and someone said to cut this back then when I wired this up, and that you didn't need it. I surmise that's true, but I'm actually going to take that and solder it to this line, and then I'm going to tag that to the frame rail up there. I'm going to grind off a clean spot, tag it with a self-tapping bolt, and make sure there's nothing behind it so that you don't screw up any other wiring. And then I'm going to put some cable management stuff on this to make it pretty and covered up, safe. So yeah, that should
about buttoning that up. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. But yeah, that should be it. That'll give you full access to either setup and full control of your brake controller. Sorry, it's a mess in here. I just got back from a trip. But yeah, it'll give you full control of your brake controller here. Yeah, everything should work good after that. Thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments.